Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's another day in the woods. So I got the tarp set up, as you can see. That tree that I hustled over wasn't very far. It broke right out of the ground. It's super dry, super dead. I'm gonna use it to make my chair. I showed this in a previous video, what I made at home. It's just a triangle pattern of leather cut out with 3 pockets stitched onto the corners. It's really simple. If you know a little bit about leatherwork and how to stitch, that's all there is to it. I hit it with a little bit of dye, some leather treatment, and it makes for a killer seat. And all you need is 3 sticks and a little bit of paracord. There's 2 legs. This one's a little thin for my taste, so I'm gonna go to this bigger piece. You want them to all be as close to the same length as possible. There we go. Alright, I haven't talked much about my saw. I'll give you guys more info on this in a future video. But it's pretty killer. Silky arborist saw. Doesn't fold, but it gets work done. And it clips right onto your belt. You can take it on and off, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, we're just gonna nip away the edges and just round it off a little bit. So just a little friendlier on the edges. Cool, so I'm gonna do that on the other 2 and we'll get that seat put together here. Alright, that should do it. So we're gonna slip it on. Just get those legs in the pockets, like so. There we go. If you want to get higher off the ground, you just make the legs longer. But this height, about 1.5 foot length sticks for my preferred tarp shelter. It's the right size to sit underneath if you need to and still be off the ground. So, all right, I got a place to sit. On my walk in, a couple 100 feet behind me, I noticed there's a stump just sitting there. There's always these stumps in this section of forest from all the logging they've done. If you look around hard enough, you can find a nice flat cut off piece of wood to act as a coffee table. I'm gonna hustle that over and we'll get coffee going. That's a bit of work. All right. stopped by the baker on the way in. And I picked myself up a croissant. Also a little piece of bread because we're doing BLT for lunch today. All right, so there's a look at it, loaded up, pretty straightforward. So, got my 4 logs. Again, these first 2 were pretty big, but then I went down a little bit in diameter, and it leaves a pretty decent slot in the middle there to get it lit. Okay, so let's get this off to the side for now. If you caught last week's video, that's where we made some char cloth. Not going to be needing that today, but I do like using the lid of this tin to gather up my shavings. It's a great little way to do it. So here's some pieces of fatwood. I actually used these to get a fire going in the past, and the fire was already going, so I pulled them out and they're still worth using. So I'm going to stick those into the firebox in the middle. I'm going to splinter this one up, a short little piece, with my knife. Use it basically as a match. That should be pretty good, but let's see if I can get it one more thinner. There we go. So that should take a flame pretty well. Maybe even one more thinner. Let's see what we get here. Oh yeah, whoa, went flying. So, you can see that there. That is a very, very thin piece of awesome fatwood. And that's going to take the initial flame from my shavings very well and act as a match to drop into the middle of my firebox where the rest of this fatwood is laying. So, I didn't realize that's sticking in it right there. Pretty cool. So, here's a nice big piece of fatwood. You can see the richness and the color in there. It's super, super resonated. So here's the steel. Takes a little bit of patience. You can see the benefit of having that lid gathering up the shavings really nicely. Otherwise they'd just be kind of hard to gather up and be flying everywhere on this log. I would say actually getting fire started with this method, it's pretty key to have something to catch your shavings in. That's gonna do. Now that stuff will take a spark from the ferro rod very nicely. So next step, just get that nicely piled together. Have everything handy and ready. Put the firebox back into the picture here. Get my fatwood, just gonna drop it right into the middle pretty much. Just like that. Yeah, and just to be safe, I'm gonna get another couple pieces in there. Get all these shavings into the pile. Gonna kind of push it together a little bit. But it should be a piece of cake here. Almost. There we go. A little more tries than usual, but don't have time to waste here. So you can see that's going up really nice. Get these sticks good and lit. Drop them in there. Oh, it's almost going out on me. Not a lot of air in there at the moment, but just gonna hang on to it actually instead of dropping it. But I'm seeing some smoke. Oh, went out on me. Hey, still got a chance though here. You can see the shavings giving me a good amount of burn time. Alright, I think that's gonna do it now, guys. Whew, it's still going. It's pretty awesome. It's making my tinder tin nice and sappy, but all good. So, that's that. I think we're golden on the firebox here. I can see some good flames down there. Smoke's an indicator that things are going well. Ah, it's still going. That is pretty cool. You can see it was a lot more shavings than I actually needed, but better do it once right than have to do it over again when you don't do enough. So, cool. Fire. So from the moment that I lit this to about right now, I'd say it's at least 30 minutes. I'm still waiting for it to die down a little bit so I can cook on it. But just goes to show you, if you were boiling water or if you really wanted to get every bit of use out of these flames, I find loading it vertically with 4 logs versus one big log split into quarters just burns longer in my experience. Both work great, and in this case burning longer isn't really what I want. I'm already hungry. But yeah, maybe about 5-10 more minutes and I'm gonna get the pan on. I got some reserve little logs here just to keep the fire going while I'm enjoying my meal. Things are going well. So besides my lettuce and tomato for the sandwich, obviously bacon for the BLT, I have these little kebabs. I actually had these in last week's video. They were delicious. So I brought those just to have with the sandwich. A little extra something to put in the belly. But I'm gonna take them off the kebab stick. I think I'm gonna just fry them up in the bacon grease and get them nice and covered, and that's gonna be pretty tasty, I'm guessing. So, fire's almost there. Let's get this bacon on. It's pretty thin cut, should cook quick. Doing the whole pack. Alright, bacon's done. Perfect in my opinion. I don't like it overly crispy, to be honest. Get that off to the side to cool. Let's get our other vegetables on there. Just gonna strip it right off the kebab. Cook it up in the grease, like I said. This looks like a really good tomato. I forget the name of this type when I bought it, but it's one of those fat, bulbous ones, kind of like a pumpkin. That's gonna do for the sandwich. So, see if I can show you guys this here. Maybe give it a little shadow so it's not overexposed. It's about as much as I could tilt it without losing the grease. So, zucchinis, 2 mushrooms, red and yellow bell pepper to go with my BLT. Let's eat it. Fresh bread roll from the baker. Tomatoes on there. Get a little more wood in there. It's always a good day in the woods when you got a little bacon. There we go. BLT. Look at that. Oh, this came out great. I haven't had a BLT in so long. My grandma always used to make them. It's really good. I've been wanting to try one of these mushrooms. Little button mushroom dripping in bacon grease. Awesome. So guys, just like that, my job is done. I just got to work on the rest of this sandwich, enjoy my bacon grease vegetables, let this fire die down, enjoy the rest of my afternoon out here, call it a day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed and got a little something from the tutorial on how to use fatwood shavings and fatwood to light the firebox. It's a great way to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And until next week, take care.